person, and I don't know how to start this without sounding really cheesy, and I really don't want to be cheesy because the whole point of this is to be authentic and myself and to give you authentic yoga. So this is the beginning of this video. Hello, my name is Tereney and you have found your way to Embodied Grace Yoga, and I just wanted to have this video as a quick introduction to what you will expect from this channel and from me as your yoga guide. But I also am a firm believer that yoga is deeply personal and you should know a little bit about who you're getting your yoga from. So not only will this video be showing you what this channel is all about, but a little bit about who I am too, so you can decide if you actually do want to stick around and learn more about yoga from me. So to start with the channel in general, but this also kind of ties into me too, just understanding a little bit about my background. I've been teaching yoga for almost a decade now. It'll be 10 years in May of 2025. Golly, time is flying. But in the 10 years of teaching yoga, I've always known that there was so much more to yoga than the physical postures. That was instilled into me during my 200-hour YTT yoga teacher training, and it's been something that has always been at the forefront of my mind, even when I was just practicing before deciding to take the YTT. But as I grew into my teaching experience, I wasn't really able to do that as much as I wanted to, because a lot of the spaces that I found myself teaching in did not want that. And the spaces that are all right with that are few and far between, and it was disheartening. So I wanted to create a space where I can share yoga that is meaningful, authentic, honors where it comes from, or at least the lineage that I do practice and teach, and is accessible and affordable. Yoga in the United States has become entirely too expensive. Even in the effort to provide community classes or some type of free resource where I am gathering people together and taking donation-based classes, those were getting a little too expensive for me to try to facilitate on a regular basis, as I would need to cover the front the cost of a lot of the overhead for providing a safe space for people to practice yoga, because you really do need a safe space to practice yoga. You're really opening yourself up in ways that you don't want negative energy around. You don't want to feel like you have to have your head on the swivel or like you're just unsafe, So I figured what better than to create a virtual space where people can practice from the comfort of their own home or wherever they feel comfortable and get exactly what I want to provide that I wasn't always able to provide given where I was teaching. Because like I said, yoga has become entirely too expensive in the States, and I want this to be something that you can benefit from without breaking your bank. So with that said, what you're going to be learning on this channel is everything about yoga you could possibly think of. If there's something that you have been curious about or want to know a little bit more about, I will be providing you with that. And we'll be starting off with the 8 limbs of yoga. Now, even though this is more of a lineage or a path that is created with the use of the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali, there are more ways to practice yoga than just that. So if you're curious about any of them, please let me know so that I can include them in the videos that I will be providing to you. I'll also be going through as many as possible, but we will be starting with the 8 limbs of yoga. And I'm really excited for you to learn about each and every one of them, because they really are really great tools for you to use in your everyday lives to bring you to a more blissful place, a more easeful place where you're not so burdened by life's things. Let's just keep it at that, life's things, because we all experience different things, but they all have their impact on us, which can feel like a burden sometimes. And the whole goal is for yoga to lift that burden from you. But you'll also be learning how to use the postures in ways that are safe for your body. So that's finding modifications, that is embracing the use of props, that is having a self-exploration to the point where you realize maybe some postures just aren't for me. Allowing you to explore and play and have fun with the postures too. They don't always have to be hard and challenging. They can be chill, they can be easeful, they can be restful. But we'll explore all of the different spectrums of the physical practice as well, and dispelling a lot of myths and changing your mindset about yoga and what it really is and what it can do for you. So a little bit about me. I was born and raised in the Midwest, but then I moved to the South for almost a decade, which was the exact amount of time that I have been teaching yoga. Fun fact about me is that I moved to Texas a week after I finished my YTT, or at least the first one, and that's where the majority of my teaching experience has been, is in the state of Texas. And it was definitely an interesting journey. There are a lot of spaces, like I said, that focus on just the physical practice, and there are even some spaces that have kind of turned it into a workout, which it can be. It absolutely can be. But I didn't want to live within a box or teach from within a box when there is this rainbow spectrum of things that this practice provides, and I didn't want to just focus on yellow. You know what I mean? Like, what about the reds? What about the oranges? What about the indigos? I want to be able to teach and express and share all of that. But if we just focus on the one, it just wasn't sitting right with me. So I have tried different things along the way to make this something that is more accessible, more aligned with honoring the practice, because this is centuries old stuff and I want to honor where it comes from. Because yes, yoga comes from India and South Asian cultures, but there's also African cultures that practice yoga and have all of this history that essentially gets just watered down to postures. And I want to be able to honor all of that. I will admit that I am much more versed in the South Asian lineages of yoga, and I am also on this path of learning more about our yoga's roots that are found in Africa as well, because of course that holds a special place in my heart as a Black woman. And again, because I am a Black woman, I wanted to create a space that is safe for people of color, Black people, men and women, non-binary alike, that look like me, that have lived lives like me, and have shared experiences where we don't always feel the most comfortable in a lot of public spaces. I want you to have a space where you can come to see a face that is familiar and just learn something more about who you are and what makes you tick, and how to ease away from all the things that make you stressed out. Because that's exactly what brought me to yoga. I was stressed out. And you'll find that a lot when you talk to people and ask them what brought them to yoga. So many of us will say it was stress or depression or anxiety or some other thing that was going on, that we were just beat down so hard to the point where someone recommended a yoga class and we went and it felt amazing. And the reason that is because the physical postures will actually bring you to a place where you can find bliss. It's even embedded into most classes where you will end the class with Shavasana, or corpse pose, where you lay down at the end of class and just chill. You rest, you don't do anything, you don't move, all you do is breathe. And it's such a beautiful experience, and that's what the entire practice can do for you. It doesn't just have to be when you're moving and sweating on a mat and then finally getting to Shavasana. You can invite the piece of Shavasana into the rest of your life as well. And when I realized that, because I was very asana focused for a while, and when I realized, wait a minute, I can take these things that I'm learning with me and practice them in my daily life and find pockets of joy and bliss and ease and freedom. What was I doing just focusing on trying to learn how to handstand? And that was what shifted in me to go into this way of teaching, where you can learn these physical things, but you can also learn even more to bring it with you. Carry it around like a little backpack or in your pocket, wherever you want to have it, so that it's handy for you to find that place of bliss. So I am very excited for you all to join me on this journey. If you want to know more about this channel, let me know, ask me questions, put them in the comments. Would love to start the conversation about any and everything. But the videos to come will be very, very fun, very, very insightful. And I'm, again, always open to feedback, because I really want this to be something that will benefit you. So I won't know what to provide you if you don't tell me. So feel free to be super vocal in the comments. Be sure to tell your friends, especially if they are looking for a place to start with yoga. This will be a great space for anyone that is new to yoga or anyone that's looking to enhance the practice that they already have. I am happy to provide all of that assistance for you and all of that information. And I just can't wait. So I'm gonna start rambling now if I keep going, but thank you so much for being here. I look forward to our journey together, and I hope to see you soon. I'll see you guys later. Bye.